Just take them out and replace them with new multi-units. It's actually a really fast procedure. Having the cantilever is quite simple because we have a lot of material. Hi everyone, and welcome back to XGate Dental. I'm Emmanuel Kadosh, and we are here to discuss new procedures in the field of dentistry. We will provide interesting new cases to exhibit how doctors use our products to solve complicated dental cases. Now, don't forget to subscribe and follow us to keep up to date, and let's get started. Today we brought you this case where we had one problem. The patient had tooth 45 extracted and had a space between 45 and 46. Her whole bridge is on multi-units, or what we like to call PFM bridge, in which you can see the screw channels with a metal. She had complaints about the black holes, which are just screw channels. You could see metal because the screw channel in PFM is made for metal, which she didn't really like. She wanted to change the bridge. In this case, because the extraction was made a long time ago, there is bone absorption, and to place an implant in this area is extremely problematic because you don't have enough space and you need to have bone augmentation. Bone augmentation could be an issue and may take a ton of time because we would need to add gingiva, soft tissues, and bone. Basically, we would need to have a lot of procedures done in order to have just one implant, which could potentially be very traumatic for the patient. Not to mention, it would be much more expensive than simply placing an implant, and the entire time she would be without a tooth. So what we're showcasing here is the fact that using screw retained restoration on multi-units allows us the option to just take out the bridge. We could take out the bridge and we could see the multi-units here, which are old ones. The bridge that we saw is about 15 to 20 years old. So we just took out the bridge. We have these multi-units, then we want to change PFM to zirconia. However, when this bridge was made, there was no such thing as a CAD-CAM. We can't find scan abutments for these types of multi-units, so we need to change the multi-units themselves. In order to change the multi-units, we just take them out and replace them with new multi-units, which is actually very easy to do. We have small recessions, so we want to use probably smaller multi-units. With time, there was gingival recession, so we're changing the multi-units, and in all of these procedures, we'll add a cantilever tooth. The 4 implants would be enough space for the 5th one. The implants themselves are great and are osseointegrated. We took out the bridge quite easily. Even if the bridge was cemented, probably we would change the abutments themselves because taking impressions on abutments is quite problematic considering the abutments are pretty old. You want to make everything new. You want to change the abutments, and in this case, we changed the multi-units and we added 1 cantilever tooth. So this way, instead of adding an implant, what we're doing is just adding a tooth and replacing the old bridge, basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's actually a really fast procedure. We just need to change the multi-units, take impressions, and then it depends on how long it's going to take to manufacture the actual bridge. While we wait for the bridge to be made, she will be without that 1 tooth, which means she will need to chew on just one side. After that, we just manufacture the zirconia bridge, screw it in, check the occlusion, and we're finished. On implants, having the cantilever is quite simple because we have a lot of material. The connector between the old bridge and the nearly added tooth is very large, so you don't need to be afraid that the bridge will break down. And also, you don't have the decementation of the bridge because it's screw retained. It's also possible to add 1 or 2 small cantilevers, but not more than that because the pressure on those teeth will be way too much. However, if it was cemented, you would need to hit the bridge. You can't know what type of cement it was created with. With temporary cement, it would probably be easier, but on permanent cement, you don't know what you'll end up with because it's very hard to take out the bridge. Maybe you'll need to cut out the bridge into 2 or 3 parts. Maybe you'll need to cut each crown in half. So you won't have the option to give back the same bridge that you took out. In this case, we just took out the bridge, and as a temporary restoration, we could add it back. So we took out the bridge and we changed the multi-units. Here we have the PMMA bridge. We also changed the crown that was near the bridge. We used the plastic pins to close the holes, and this way we just finished the case without adding an implant. All we did was add a cantilever tooth, and we solved all of the problems. Also, if the patient has health issues, it's also an option because in many cases, you can't add implants. You have to use the old ones. Anyway, thank you everyone who joined to learn some new and interesting information. Make sure to stay tuned for more, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. Thank you, and see you next time.